Hey everyone, bonjour tout le monde. I wasn't going to make an introduction to this video, but here I am making an introduction, so I'll just slap this at the beginning so that you get what's going on. Basically, a friend, Alessandro, bought a sailboat in Tahiti, which is in the very sort of in the middle area of the Pacific, further south than Hawaii. And our mission is to bring this sailboat all the way back to Europe, to France, and we'll be passing by Cape Horn, which is the very south point of South America. So we'll start in Tahiti. From there, we go a few days south to an island called Raivavae. And from there, we will do the big crossing all across the Pacific, southern Pacific, all the way to the southern tip of South America, of Chile and Argentina, the Patagonia area, where there is Port Williams and Ushuaia. From there, we will sail back up the Atlantic to the easternmost point of Brazil, and from there we will cross the Atlantic to the Azores, to Spain, and back to France, to Nantes, which will be the final destination of this sailboat for this adventure. There are 4 of us on the boat. There's Alessandro, there's his son Camilo, there's Jean-Marie, and there's me. So 4 of us on a boat which is 12.5 meters long. It's called the Tekoa. It's an ovni, which is the model of the boat. Quite a nice sailboat. And there will also be this living together. We will be taking night shifts because we'll be sailing during the day and during the night, which means that we have to take night shifts to look out for boats, to look at the atmospheric pressure and things like this to make sure everything's going well. This adventure should last 4 or 5 months, something like this, depending on the wind, depending on the weather. Hopefully the weather will be with us. The video will be roughly edited. I will not edit. I just don't want to spend time doing that. So I'm just sticking these videos together so that you can enjoy the adventure. Enjoy. So here we can see Tahiti in the distance. It is the last bit, as you can see, of Tahiti, and except for this, it's all ocean. Here we are, and now we put up the sails. So we're going with the sails with the wind to our left on the side and a little bit in front, and hopefully it doesn't go too much in front. And here is the inside. Here's our sailing day 2. We were all seasick yesterday. Everyone, even captain, just everyone was seasick. Some more or less, but basically that's the way it was. And so everything was really hard. I didn't manage to really do much, and time flies like, I don't know, you just sort of sleep all the time, and then you therefore time flies, but not in a really good way. I don't know. Anyway, now everything is better, also thanks to Alessandro having taken the night shift, and so now I'm taking a 6-hour day shift. Later on the shifts will be 3 hours, but we're starting out with these long shifts because it sort of made sense since half of us are sick and inoperable, and yeah. Anyway, so that just means that every 2 hours I've got to go down and write in a little journal what's going on, the wind speed and the boat speed and all those kinds of things. I'll show you later. Right now, we're just enjoying breakfast. I just played some flute with Camilo, was playing some guitar, and we played some Pirates of the Caribbean songs. And we're eating breakfast, so this is special Camilo version of breakfast. We've got a bunch of bananas that are ripening really fast, so we have to find creative ways to eat them. And well, this is one way. Then I'll make smoothies and stuff like this later. And yeah, so now feeling much better. Cheers! Day 3, sunset. Today we went swimming here in these waters, since the waters are quite calm. Just some big soft waves, and so we could stop the boat and go swimming back here. It's 4,000 meters deep, so it's quite crazy to think that it's like a very, very tall mountain, like maybe almost the Mont Blanc upside down under our feet, and we're swimming above that. We've got all these bananas that are ripening here quite quickly, so I'm making a smoothie, a little smoothie with 18 bananas and some oranges and some coconut and cinnamon. So we'll have to find more creative ways to use these bananas. As you can see, the waves are a little bit more predictable as well. You can see that they are big soft waves, whereas in the first days we had very hectic waves. In a way, we had waves coming from 3 different directions, some small waves coming from 2 directions, and then big waves coming from a 3rd direction, meaning that it was very unpredictable for the body, and that's why we all got sick. But also now our bodies got more used to the waves, and the waves are more predictable for the subconscious, so it's much better. On the other hand, unfortunately there's very little wind, not enough wind to be able to use the sails, and so as you can see, we just left the main sail like this, just hanging straight, and we are using the motor diesel engine, which is a little bit of an absurd situation, of course, but that's what happens when the wind is flat. We won't be able to do this in the future because we'll have no place to get more fuel. Right now we're heading towards Raivavae, meaning that we can stock up on fuel, but we won't have this luxury later on. So we're getting to Raivavae, and unfortunately the absurd situation is that we'll have to use the diesel engine for the last 2 days until we get to Raivavae. Yeah. And on the sunrise of day 4, here we are arriving at Raivavae, which you can see over there. Distance. We're still running on the diesel engine, which is a little bit absurd, but at the same time the mainsail is up and attached in the middle, and this means that we do pick up a little bit of wind when you pick up. When some wind comes from the side, it does push us forward maybe half a knot faster, so the wind is helping us a little bit, but is still not strong enough to move entirely with the sails. So we've been on the beautiful island of Raivavae for a few days now. We rented some bicycles from somebody with which we were able to cycle all around the island. We also walked across the island. There are 2 paths that cross the island, so we were able to go down those and just explore a little bit. You can see over there, there's a little motu, which is a little island in the distance. We were able to go over there and snorkel. You can see over there the tekoa in the distance at the anchorage. So a beautiful little place, and we are now going to leave tomorrow morning early for the next part of this adventure, so I won't have any internet connection for quite a while, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. So we are heading towards Port Williams and Ushuaia, the Patagonia area, this whole south, which is at the southern tip of South America, of Chile and Argentina. A very beautiful zone, but it'll be very different because we were able to swim here, and we will not want to swim over there. The water will go down to about 4 degrees Celsius, and all of the weather will be very different. Anyway, it'll be a different adventure, and it'll be interesting to see as this evolves, as the weather evolves, but that'll be for the next part. For now, I wish you all the best, send you lots of love, and to your own adventures. Bye bye.